time to prune your blackberries. We want to remove the vines that produce berries this year, only leaving the vines that will produce berries next year. I start by removing any dead primocanes, cutting them at the ground. They will be brown and brittle. I don't let my plants have more than 5 canes because the more canes means more vines, which can be taxing on the plant and end up in less or much smaller berries. Too many vines can be a disease hazard and can create a hairy mess that's hard to manage. Next, I clean up the spent fluorocanes. These are easily identified by the numerous dead stems throughout that you have harvested berries from this year. You should also see a color difference in the dead vines of brown and the new green vines that grew this year. I simply work through by cutting them in sections. You might think this took a long time, but my 40-foot row of 10 plants only took a little over an hour. Well worth it for the healthy production for next year's berries. Now this is what the vines do. They grow a little bit and then they begin to sprawl out in their fingers. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to gather these and I am going to feed it through the part of the trellis that I want it to go through, flip it over, and then I'm just going to evenly disperse these vines to grow over the side and be stabilized, if you will, when I weave them through and through. So this part is easy. You can just kind of drape it over, but it needs obviously some kind of stability so the wind doesn't flip them back over and whatnot. Now this is to note, my blackberry bushes, vines, are more of a vine variety. Even though blackberry vines bush and blackberry bushes vine, this kind of trellis would work with either of them. And it's obvious that I also have thornless blackberries, so they are tame, and that is what you would apply this to. Inside here I have the pots of dirt lined up, ready to receive the vines that are growing over. As the vines grow over, we stick them into the pots of dirt here. And then after a while, you'll be able to give it a little tug, and you'll be able to feel that there's a resistance and that there's roots that have grown and grabbed on into the soil. So I can tell by a little bit of movement, this one's not ready yet. But on down here, this one has been in the dirt for a little while, and when I pull this, there's no movement. It's latched on. So what I can do, I leave it a little bit of leaves, but cut it pretty short. I'm just going to take it off like that, and I weave the vine back through the trellis, and then I have another blackberry plant. Blackberries have grown all the way down, and there's so many that I didn't put a bucket of dirt underneath them all to start a new plant. But you need to be careful unless you have a trellis that continues to go on and on and on that you want to fill. That's entirely up to you. But in my case, I don't want these to continue because of right here. Look what's happening. This guy right here has found his way underneath my black plastic, and they will find a place to root, and they will work so hard. I've even had them root through my ground cover. So I'm going to pull that out. There you go. There's all the roots that are getting ready to take. And this would be a problem if it got established. I would have to rip and pull up my plastic and just create something that I don't want to deal with. So I'm going to go ahead and weave these just to make sense of the little bit of mess that they've grown into. And I'm going to just deaden end all of these off. It's just going to end up being a nightmare for me if I don't. And I want what they're still going to do. I want the absorption of the energy from the sun to go into what is there, to go into the root that is established for a very strong crop in the spring.